Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Pisces new Supermoon Feng Shui for Monday. For those of you who are watching this before Monday, there's lots to do ahead. But for those of you who are watching it even after Monday, the 19th, the 19th of February, yes, the 19th of February, it is definitely applicable to everything ahead for the month. It's heading into Pisces season, more flow, lightness, grace, ease, and this sense of opening doors. And this is a really important time of the year because this is the end of the zodiac cycle. So, the way that we view December as the end of the year, this is the end of the zodiac cycle. So, it's this time to wrap things up, to wrap up cycles. But with Pisces, it's wrapping up things emotionally, wrapping up things that block love from flowing, because this is a super flow of love time. This is a massive super flow of love and all of the manifesting power that it brings. That is why this is so big. So when we think about love, we think about romance and passion and perhaps joy and lots of other things, but that are amazing because love is the greatest feeling in the world. But two things about love are really big right now. And this is a month full of love. And I'm not talking about just Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone, belated. Not just about Valentine's Day, but about living with love and what this means and what love actually does. This high frequency of love, which is what love is. It's a very high frequency of energy. And what love does is manifold. There's so many positive benefits to love, but what it does to life is multiplies your manifesting power, the impact that you have, the ability you have to use your intention to shift and change things in life, the ability you have to transcend anything that's standing in your way, break through blocks, make big breakthroughs. And also, there's another aspect of love that's really important. And I learned this actually I learned this from a somewhat controversial love guru, Pat Allen. I say controversial simply because I think she's very old school and very lots of brilliant wisdom that she has shared over the years. And I went to one of her seminars many years ago in Los Angeles. And she's written a book called Getting to I Do, sort of this how to get married book. But her big message that really struck me was that love demonstrated in action is demonstrated by the commitments that you make and keep. When you love someone, you make a commitment and you keep it to the best of your ability, no matter what. When you love what you're doing, when you love your life, you make commitments to things and you follow through and do them. When you love yourself, you make commitments to yourself and you follow through and keep them. And this is a huge concept. I may make a whole separate video on this because it's something tangible. So it's not abstract, like, does this person love me? What am I trying to think about their feelings? Or am I, loving myself enough? Do you make and keep commitments to yourself? Do you make and keep commitments to others? Do others make and keep commitments to you? That's how love is, one of the ways love is demonstrated. And it's a really big concept for right now, because as we are at the end of this zodiac cycle, we're launching into a new cycle next month. And right now is such a powerful time to make and keep commitments to yourself, to make things happen, to yourself and how you care about yourself, and how you care for you on every level, and also to all the people in your life that you care the most about. Reprioritizing this whole year is deep reprioritizing in the most profound ways. And in the process of all this reprioritizing, you will find that so much can shift with ease. And that's the beauty of this year of the water rabbit. It's the beauty of this whole year of 2023. And as we move into March, we're going to have something we've never experienced in our lifetimes, which is the big move of Pluto into Aquarius, which we will never experience again. This is the once in a lifetime shift. It's going to last for years and years and years. This is just a preview right now, but it's a huge energy shift. And it's all moving into more love. So for those of you who are new here, who are just coming across this stream, my name is Dana. I'm a modern Feng Shui master and founder of an entire school and method of Feng Shui, unlike anything else in the world, based on infinite possibility. Everything is unlimited, creative awakening, and your intention, your wishes and dreams and desires coming to life. And this is all focused in your environment, but also in your life, because you and your environment cannot be separated. You are inextricably linked to your environment. And for those of you who want to become a Feng Shui professional this year, the School of Intention Professional Feng Shui School is open now for registration, and you can find all the details below to learn more and join us. And as we get into talking about this Pisces new supermoon, this powerful, powerful new moon, and this launch into seasons of love, below in the description box, you will find a link to the free brand new, it's going to be brand new this year, brand new free Love Feng Shui class, which is an hour-long deep dive into the energetics of your home, specifically tuning it up to bring more love in all ways into your life. Yes, the romance and the soulmates and the profound relationships, but also the energies that you are living with in all ways, how it's resonating through your life. It's the kickoff to the Love Camp, which is starting soon. It's a once a year major immersion in Love Feng Shui that has been transformational. And this is a real level up this year, because it's a level up year in all ways. For those of you who are who've been here for a while, or even the new people, do you feel the level up this year? Do you feel different energy behind what you're doing? And if you don't, now is the time you might really feel it opening up with this new supermoon and all of these big shifts to come. It's going to be amazing. So this new moon is a fresh start, and it's also, as I said, an emotional fresh start. It's very deep. Whenever we're talking about water energy and flow, there's a depth to this. It's deep. And so the deeper you're willing to go, the more expansive everything is going to be. And it starts with self-care. Home care is self-care. Self-care is self-care. Decluttering your life is also self-care. And this is the kind of clearing that we're talking about this month, is decluttering your life. Remember, it's an ending as well as a new beginning. So how can you declutter from your life the things that make you feel heavy or stuck or feel bad about yourself? Are there some habits that you have that just fill your life with thoughts you don't want to have, with energies you don't want to have around you? Scrolling online, perhaps you pick up a lot of energy. You fill your mind with a lot of stories and things you don't want to see or hear. Maybe it's a habit that you have of doing something, staying up really late, and then the next day you feel almost hungover because you're so tired. It might be that you have a habit, and these are self-perpetuated habits. It's not just, I have to go to work and I don't love my job, but the things you can absolutely change right now. Even one shift, deciding I'm going to declutter this from my life, and just that one priority. What is that for you? Is there something that has been standing in the way of you feeling really free and open and good? A habit that you're just sick of. You're tired of always being late. You're tired of always feeling behind in the day. Maybe you're tired of feeling tired, and you're committed to shifting a habit that you know can move things forward. What would that be for you? Of all things, what would that be for you? Whatever it is, write it down as your number one new moon intention for this month ahead. This cycle shifts. and make it a priority. If you prioritize something like that, you are prioritizing more love in your life because you're going to free yourself from something that's been weighing you down. Pisces, again, is super flow. So anything that blocks us is like time to sweep it away, time to let it go. So that's a big piece of this self-care. Of course, all kinds of self-care is wonderful for love and wonderful for you in general and super abundant. And that's the other aspect of this new supermoon that's so powerful. It's incredibly abundant if you tap into these themes, especially the idea that more love can elevate everything that you do. And this is something I talk about endlessly. The energy with which you do things is so much more important than doing a million things. A lot of times when we have something important to do, we want to do a million things. We want to get everything down. We want to pack the schedule. We want to put out all the things everywhere. And sometimes you can be scattered doing too many things. Instead, how can you focus? And by bringing more love to yourself, you'll have more vitality. You'll have more the beaming, glittery energy to put behind the things that matter most. And this is a big time. Many astrologers have talked about this because of the position of Saturn right now in the sky. Saturn is at a very specific point in the sky that it's going to come back to several times this year to help us to not just set intentions right now, but to reaffirm them and get them done, to really deeply commit. And this level of commitment that you're willing to make is going to be, again, as we talked about love and the commitments that you make and keep, the level of commitment you make to the new, which we're going to talk about when we talk about setting intentions right now, is so vital. This level of commitment when nothing can sway you, nothing can pull you off your path, that is going to be unstoppable. So let's talk about your home now for a moment, because it's so important as we talk about Feng Shui. Higher vibes at home is always a good thing, no matter what moon it is, no matter what time of year it is. High vibes at home make things move. So to bring in the highest vibes at home right now, again, this focuses on this emotional opening. So go through your home and ask yourself, are there things that aggravate me that I've been settling for? Right now, you could see the little corner of my desk is solid bamboo. This is new. This is something that replaced a glass desktop that was cracked, that I had repaired with gold and done all these things to try to make something that didn't work for me right. My desktop was made of glass. It's this beautiful vintage collectible desk. I got it in such a deal. I was so happy about it. And the glass top I just settled for, because how was I going to get this giant top with a curved edge? Like, I thought the curved edge was so rare to have on a piece of glass, and I hated the glass, and it always had fingerprints, and it was always reflecting light, and I always felt distracted by seeing it, and it was always dusty, and it was just all these things that were wrong, and it was cracking, and it was cracking more. And it was almost like my life was trying to tell me, look at the cracks. You've got to get rid of this. So I just decided I am not settling for this anymore. And I was fully prepared to have to go and find some woodworker to make me a desktop. And so I just sat down and took the measurements, and I Googled, and within 2 minutes, I found this desktop, and it was not expensive, and it was easy to get, and I had it within a week. I waited for years. I settled for years for no reason, simply because I didn't really commit to making a change. And so that's this awareness when you're home. What are those things that you've been settling for that might be really easy to change? That stuff is often the key to unlock a whole new level of that super flow that's really big, really coming in right now. This energy of super flow, of making things happen. So what is that for you? It might be a faucet that you can easily change, that isn't expensive, that isn't even hard to do. It might just be foreign. You might not know. I didn't know this desktop existed. And I work with people in their homes for the last 20 years. You would think I would know this, almost 20 years. You would think that something would be difficult, but Google it, check it out. Usually things are easy. These little things that annoy us are easy to change, and they're usually inexpensive to change. So that can be the most powerful project that you do at home, because it's these small annoying things that grate on us and that give you messages of, I'm settling for this. I'm settling for this. I'm settling for this. This is not a time of settling for. This is a time of rising higher. This is the time of elevation. So keep that energy in mind as we move through this month. And for the weekend, you can even scan your home for even one little project. Again, put it on your new moon intention list if you can't finish it now, and you're going to get it done. So we're building a new moon intention list with real game-changing, deeply shifting priorities that are going to make a big difference. Since my desktop changed in the last few days, my whole work cycle has changed. I feel totally different at my desk. I can focus. It's so much more. I didn't know how much it was bothering me until it was gone. It was almost like I couldn't allow myself to know how much it was bothering me. And this is a small example and a small thing. And I bet there are things, maybe it's a plant that needs a new pot. Maybe it's a chair that needs a repair or whatever it is. I bet it's easier than you think. And it might even be free or inexpensive to fix it. So whatever that stuff is, really go for it. Don't let it linger. The longer it lingers, the more you're sending these messages of, I have to settle for this. I have to settle for that. You can bring in what you need. Just decide, I am not settling anymore. Now, that's the clearing aspect of this, almost emotional clearing aspect of this for your home. Then, of course, there's deep cleaning. For a new moon, especially, consider this like December. Like I said, in the zodiac cycle, this is like December. This is the last month of the cycle. Real deep cleaning to get ready for this next level. But here, again, focus on the type of deep cleaning that's going to have a big impact for you. So it might be that you want to cook more in your kitchen. Deep clean that kitchen from top to bottom in every way. Deep clean, for perhaps a big one, a great one for this new moon, is to deep clean your bathroom as a room full of self-love and self-care. And this can be so fantastic, because then every time you take a shower, every time you wash your hair or put on makeup or wash your face or whatever it is that you're doing, shave, whatever it is, you are in a space that is reflecting your high value. You're getting messages. I say this in every video. You're getting messages from your home all the time. If you want to bring more of anything into your life, more opportunity, more money, more love, more anything, wellness, shift your environment. It is a key. It's why so many people now are coming into the Feng Shui school, the School of Intention, because they're realizing this is the missing link. Coaches are realizing it's the missing link. People who are healers are realizing environment is the missing link. Environment is key. This is so impactful. Every day, you can repeat affirmations, you can write lists, you can visualize and meditate, and all of that is amazing. But when you're not doing that, all the other hours of the day, what's around you? Your environment. And your environment is this untapped source of power. And if you tap into this is why I love sharing these things with you. If you tap into this huge source of power, even a little bit more, it's going to change everything. Now, when we talk about this work, and especially how I work with Feng Shui, it's super creative, it's super expansive. It's a time to create with abandon. So now is a great month to get into your creative groove. What projects do you want to do? What would be so fun to make? What would be so fun to practice? What would be just a great innovation, even for your work, that's going to make it more fun? And really feel, and this is a feeling time, really feel that you're almost in over your skis. You're almost over your head. You're just immersing yourself. You're going for it full on. You're not holding back. So right now we're doing this big makeover, we'll say 2.0 version of the Love Camp, the Love Feng Shui program, because again, this year is like expansive, expansive, expansive. And this is the 9th year of the Love Camp, which is crazy. And so, in this big opening of energy, this whole expansion of energy, we're just going all in, every aspect, everything, no stone unturned. And it feels crazy because I have so many other things to do, but it feels so exciting. And it's that excitement, that feeling like you're on the edge of a huge breakthrough, that feeling that you are just throwing your heart and soul into things. And the state that you're looking for is a state where almost time doesn't exist. I know you've all had the experience at one point or another in your life where you got into doing something and it's just like time stood still. Whether you got into making music or writing or cooking or baking or do painting or doing anything, doing something creative, dancing, whatever it is. And all of a sudden, hours passed and you didn't even realize it because you were in a zone. You were in the flow state. I've made big about the flow on the channel, but the key to the flow state, to getting into the flow state, is to clearing distractions from your life. Clear the distractions from your life, and you will find that you can really dive in and not be pulled and swayed in all these different directions. If you're constantly interrupted, put a sign on your door that you're not going to be interrupted. If you're constantly finding yourself, if you're finding yourself sort of spinning, and you're trying to get into something, but you have a little thing here, a little thing here, clear your whole desktop or your workspace, so that you're not spinning all over. You can focus. If you're finding that you're distracted by things that you read, things that you heard, people calling you, shut off your phone, get off of social media. What is it that you can do this month to eliminate distractions from your life? That's one more thing. So this is the third thing to put on your new moon intention list. And it is going to make a big, big difference to clear away stuff that's been taking you out of your zone of genius. In this super flow state, you are at peak performance. You are in that place of true genius when downloads from the universe come and all sorts of breakthroughs happen. And we all can cheat ourselves of that by allowing these things to pull us and move us in all these different directions. Instead, you decide, no, I am literally just going to flow. I am not going to be distracted. I am going to be in my genius zone. Prioritizing yourself. This is another form of self-love and self-care. And remember that definition of how we express love as the commitments we make and keep. Make this commitment and keep this commitment. So now for this big new moon, as it is a new moon and it's always a time to set intentions, remember there's an even more special aspect to this, because we're going to keep coming back to this Saturn point throughout the year where it's going to like really load on more energy, load on more energy, load on more energy to your intentions. What is it that you truly want to do this month? My month list is so big that I could be scared by it, but it's all so fun that I'm just inspired by it. What is it that you can really do this month that's going to be fulfilling and rewarding? You have 3 things that I suggested throughout this video that you can decide upon as big shifts for yourself, moving out of that settling energy in your home, getting really clear on how you can really invest more in your self-care, prioritizing yourself, and what is it that you want to create? What is it that you want to make? What is it you want to do? This is going to be a giant shift. So write those intentions out. It doesn't have to be many. You might have 2 or 3 key projects that are going to get done, or one key project that's going to get done. You're going to quit one habit. You're going to get rid of some settling stuff from your home, and you're going to deep clean, and just create this fresh start. And then I'm going to also do this. I'm going to make this amount of money. I'm going to start this new fitness routine, or I'm going to finish a project, or whatever it might be. Get it on paper. When you write it down, you'll make it happen. That's a famous book, Write It Down and Make It Happen. If you haven't read it yet, I highly recommend it. Henriette Ann Clouser. It's awesome. And just this whole idea of really putting it down on paper is so big. If you want to really supercharge this and brainstorm a bit, also make yourself a self-love list. How can I demonstrate more self-love for myself this month, or even in the months ahead, or even for the whole year? These are all the things I can do. I actually made a list. It fills one of these pages of paper. I don't have it. I have to flow through to get it. But it was so easy for me to make a list. There were so many things that immediately came to mind, and there were none of them required me getting my mug, my giant beautiful mug. None of them required me getting anything new. I have everything that I need. Most of the things were how I was going to spend my time, how I was going to spend my energy, whether it's visualization or other things that I like to do to feel really good, taking a bath. What is it for you? Make a list so you have big brainstorm, so you have infinite options to grab from throughout the year, especially now. Right now, again, it's this opening of magnetic love energy that we can tap into. But then beyond that, in the months ahead, we've got this huge Pluto shift into Aquarius. We've got all sorts of energy that's moving us toward higher frequencies, more love. And we need to actually do stuff. It's not like it just showers down and you just go, okay, here it is. It's my lucky time. You make your own luck. That's one big facet of this work that I will stand behind forever. You make your own luck, and all the choices that you make, how you choose to use all these energies, are what's going to make it happen. I love these moons because we get to focus in on different aspects of life and really make the most of everything. There's never anything that I consider to be bad in a home or in astrology or in life, but sometimes we have challenges. Sometimes we have things to overcome. And here, when we're talking about higher frequencies and more love, it's not about just being joyful 24/7. It's not about bouncing off the walls and having, everything is just all good, but rather being really fully present, having grace, treating yourself without pressure, without stress, and really seeing the opportunities, even in the times that are challenging, because there's no shortage of challenges globally or in our own lives. But there are massive opportunities always to grow. And that's what this whole zodiac cycle is about. For many people, the philosophy of what life is about. It's about how can we grow? How can we glow brighter? How can we have more of a positive impact? And so small shifts, you don't have to do it all at once, but lean into this super flow. This is going to bring you more abundance. It's going to bring you more breakthroughs. It's going to bring you more awesome relationships and all kinds of magical, amazing things. Whoops. And speaking of love, the person who I haven't talked to, who I absolutely love in a long time. I haven't talked to him in ages. So good timing. So if you haven't yet, below you'll find the free, brand new, coming soon, Love Feng Shui video series, this whole class that I hope you absolutely love. And I hope that this week ahead and all this time ahead is really self-affirming and empowering in the most beautiful ways. If you like this video, like, subscribe, all the YouTube things. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing all the things that have happened as you've been using this work. And always feel free to ask questions. I'm here to help. Make that brilliant new moon intention list and have so much fun bringing it to life. Mwah. Bye, everyone.